3, 2, 1.
A student is using hydrochloric acid in an investigation. Which piece of safety equipment is most important during this investigation? The answer is B, goggles. What is the highest peak of the Himalayas? The answer is B, Everest. What was the name of the WW2 battle that took place on June 6, 1944? The answer is C, D-Day invasion. What is the only fruit that contains seeds on its outside? The answer is D, blackberry. How many Earth years does it take for Jupiter to complete one orbit around the Sun? The answer is A, 11.8 years. What happens when dew point and air temperature are equal? The answer is A, rain. What kind of reasoning involves formulating generalizations inferred from careful observation and the analysis of a large amount of data? The answer is B, deductive. What carries small pollen grains farther than they otherwise would go? The answer is A, wind. Who wrote the play Man and Superman? The answer is B, G. Shaw. A red flowered plant RR is crossed with a white flowered plant WW and produces plants with pink flowers RW. If two pink flowered plants are crossed, what color offspring could be produced? The answer is A, red, white, and pink. Which subatomic particles are involved in the nuclear fusion that powers the Sun? The answer is A, protons and neutrons. What is the value of pi to 2 decimal places? The answer is A, 3.14. What word describes a painting executed in a single color? The answer is B, monochrome. Who was president of the U.S. when American astronauts landed on the moon in 1969? The answer is B, Richard Nixon. Sickle cell anemia is a genetic disease caused by an autosomal recessive gene. If each parent carries one sickle cell allele, what are the chances that their child will have sickle cell anemia? The answer is B, 1 in 4. Who plays the comedian in the film adaptation of Watchmen? The answer is C, Jeffrey Blake Morgan. What collective noun can be used as a synonym of troop, which means a group of kangaroos? The answer is A, mob. Which vegetable is a staple in Indian cuisine and is known as brinjal in some countries? The answer is D, eggplant. Which color was used extensively in Yves Klein's work? The answer is B, blue. Chronologically, what is the last boss Samus has faced in the Metroid series? The answer is D, Omega Metroid. What is the title of Herman Melville's novel about the encounter between Ahab and Moby Dick? The answer is C, The White Whale. Which fortifications Murkido shot at Amanto referred to the office resulted in death of the mayor of Etago? The answer is A, Franklin D. Roosevelt. In which process do two light nuclei combine to produce a heavier nucleus and great energy? The answer is A, nuclear fusion. What is the smallest monkey species? The answer is A, pygmy marmoset. What creates its own notes as it falls? The answer is A, a raindrop. Growth and activities of organisms can speed up the chemical weathering of rocks. Which organisms naturally cause most of the chemical weathering of rocks? The answer is C, mosses. Which town was not used as a meeting place for the Continental Congress during the Revolutionary War? The answer is D, Harrisburg. How long does it take for a sloth to digest its food completely? The answer is C, a month or more. Which material is used to make Danish modern furniture primarily? The answer is D, plywood. What is the largest member of the mushroom family? The answer is D, king oyster mushroom. Rainforests are home to approximately what percentage of all the living animal and plant species on the planet? The answer is B, 65%. What popular fictional character said, "Do or do not. There is no try"? The answer is B, Yoda. In which part of the human body is the so-called pouch of Douglas located? The answer is C, pelvis. How many times did President Harry S. Truman win Time magazine's Man of the Year award? The answer is C, 2. What type of tissue produces and secretes several hormones involved in lipid metabolism and storage? The answer is B, adipose tissue. What goes up and down but doesn't move? The answer is A, elevator. Which continent is the coldest on average? The answer is C, Antarctica. Light energy is absorbed by which kind of molecule? The answer is A, chlorophyll. What is the only sport mentioned in the Bible? The answer is D. Archery. What is Stephen King's first published novel? The answer is C. Carrie. The Office character Jim Halpert often pulls pranks. Where does he like to hide his colleagues' desk items? The answer is A. In Jell-O. Which of these characters is Harry Potter's best friend? The answer is B. Ron. The World Wide Web was invented by who? The answer is D. Tim Berners-Lee. Lammas Day used to be observed in some English-speaking countries on 1 August. What was brought to church on that day? The answer is C. A loaf of bread. What is the tectonic zone called where two plates come together? The answer is C. Convergent boundary. What term refers to the events following the climax in a dramatic play? The answer is A. Denouement. Which sitcom centers around a group of characters working at a fast food restaurant? The answer is B. That 70s Show. Which country hosted the first Winter Olympics in 1924? The answer is B. Switzerland. Which structure is known as the Eiffel Tower of the North? The answer is A. Oslo City Hall. Which ancient city was known as the Eternal City?